So, today's plan. We have, this is day 3 of our tutorial fort. Day 1, we kind of got the basics down. We got some farming. We got some, we got into our cave system thing we're doing. And really just got the basics set up. Day 2, we found the caverns. And we also created a bit of a, I won't say military, maybe a bit of a militia. And today's plan, we also have a doctor's office. We also built an inn. We built a tavern. We got mauled by a couple, not a couple, we got mauled by one crocodile. There was a few trolls around as well. Today's plan, we are going to focus on military and defense. Right now, we've been here for like, I think almost a year. Why are you telling me this? I don't care with Donnie's birthday. Today's plan is to focus on military. Yeah, it's Dwarf Fortress. It's the Sound Sense music. We have a bit of a militia, but that's not going to do anything really against any sort of like goblin invasion or any sort of forgotten beast or anything. It won't do anything against that. So the plan today is to train our military, build like a barracks and a. Why does the music sound funky? Why is everyone telling me this? Hold that thought. Yeah, better? Better? Okay, so the plan today, we're going to build a, we're going to get a barracks to train our military. Maybe we'll find a few more weapons. A big problem we have is our lack of defense in the fort. We have basically we just have 2 double doors that's stopping us. We also have the bridge. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. We have the bridge, so if something like comes like walking into our fort, we could stop them from walking straight into our fort by locking doors and shutting the bridge. But I want to get maybe some traps out there and get some more defense. Train a military, get a better defense going. We also need to build a temple. We'll get there probably maybe in our 2nd hour. But in the 1st hour, our plan is to focus on military. So we're going to continue playing and get into our fort here. So that's the plan today. We'll see if we can defend ourselves. We have a decent fort. We've been here for like a year or so. And I think it's time maybe we can do something to keep it around. This is Sound Sense, real Dominic. Yep, using the lazy noob pack. Okay, make sure it's working okay. Okay. So here is the fort. We'll do a bit of a recap on everything that we are looking at here. Push right buttons. Okay, so in the fort we have our outer wall right here. We have our drawbridge, which is right here. That's sort of our first line of defense. If something comes to us, we can pull this lever down here that the giant cave swallow was sitting on for some reason, and close it up. And hopefully defend ourselves from any sort of slow-moving mobs. The second line of defense is what we're sort of working on now. We have this like inner wall here, and the plan is to put a roof on top of this. That way it'll keep flying things, and things that can just hop over the walls from getting in. So that's plan number 2. We also have our doors right here. So that is our defense system at the moment. We'll go over later on some more defenses. But a bit of a tour of the fort. We have our farming land over here. We have our giant tomb place, graveyard. What do you call it? Coffin land. We'll call it Coffin land. Up here, this was eventually going to be the library, but we changed it to Coffin land because I wasn't paying attention. Up in this place. And this is like our main. This is where we're going to put our barracks, right here in the middle. You see my mouse there? Yeah. This will be where our barracks is, so our military will train right there at the entrance. We have all of our workshops over here, workshop land. We have lots of stockpile rooms over on this side as well. Why did I leave a couple? I'm sure I had a plan for this. Why did I leave a couple spots of wall there? I don't know. We have our inn right here, which is actually kind of tiny. We may need to expand that a bit. I'm not sure we would expand it too. We can move like the stockpiles over and make it bigger. But anyways, that is our inn and slash tavern. The tavern of Tavern of the Mired Rooter Dinner is the name of the place. Right in here, we can see we have a visiting goblin, which is very exciting. And we also, is there anyone else here besides just the goblin? Human poet, human bard are also visiting us, as well as a cave swallow here. This is the inn portion of the tavern. We have a few folks staying in there. You can see there's a human. No, that's a goblin. There's our humans. They're all hanging out here in the human room. Doctor's office is down here. We have I think it's fully complete except for some sort of powder for casts. Hey, Russell. Which would be things like chalk. If we can find chalk in the caverns, then that would be what that would. That's for that. And yeah, we're gonna see if we can finally dig down and find some more things like metals. We don't have any metals. Over on this side, we have our storage for our food and things. We have our still and our kitchen. This is our furnace and ashery is in here. And that's pretty much it. I've tried to keep everything on one level just because it's easier. Oh, my bedroom's up here. It's easier to follow. If you're new to the game, it's easier to follow along. At least for me, anyways. If everything's on one level. Let's go down. So we did dig down a bit. What is this? An ostrich hen. All right. Over here we have a door and we have some stairs which lead down. Down. We did a bit of searching for metals. We found nothing. Found absolutely nothing. Come on, going down. More, and we did more searching, and we found nothing but some red gems. And not too far down, we found a cavern. And in the cavern, we have come across a troll and a crocodile, and there's a spider down here somewhere, which we are grabbing his silk for our clothing. We got a bit of a wall around it, but it's not going to really do us any good. They can just hop over the wall. But if we need defense for that, we have the door right here, which sort of does things. Now, what you could do, if you want a better defense against your downstairs things attacking you, is put it like a drawbridge here. Why do I make my stockpile so small? I don't need to be that big. Especially if you have bins, you don't need them that big. They're better for pathfinding to keep things as compact as possible. I don't know, actually. I bought my camera. Maybe I just have the shakes. Okay, so let's continue. We were working on putting more doors in. This is our library. I forgot to mention our library. What's the library's name? The Inky Sanctuary. Of course, that's the name of the library. Okay, so let's continue. Now, today's plan, as I mentioned before, we have a cave swallow freaking out over here, is to focus on the military. We have a military squad here. Actually, I guess we have two military squads, don't we? We have the mechanical wads, which is like our militia, I suppose. And we also have the goalies of rope, which would be, these are the guys that are a little bit more skilled. Everyone that has skill in some sort of melee, we put them in here. Like we have Urus McNorris and John Cena. They're the ones that are in the goalies of rope. And I'm actually going to fill this out a bit more. Anyone else have any sort of skills in here? No one has any skills, so we're going to just put people in here. So, Kelset, Bemble, and Patrick. I'm going to put you guys into the goalies of rope. And this is the squad that, if I remember right, for the equipment, we have just whatever they want to grab. And most of them have gear. Beige doesn't have anything, but most folks have some sort of gear. Which is sort of like a generic. Once you get a little more equipped, then you can start putting in things like having a metal armor or leather armor or something like that. But for now, we just have that. Yeah, John Cena. Actually, John Cena, I think, has I think he's actually an axe dwarf. Okay, so first off, let's build a barracks. So, a barracks. We're gonna build a. Go to B, to our buildings, and we're gonna look for barracks things, which would be something like a chest. We can go ahead and put a container in here. We'll set it up. How do we want to set this up? And we have things like we have archery spots. And we have targeting spots, armor stands, that kind of stuff. We can put armor stands in first. We'll do planning mode on first. We're gonna set the armor stand like right here. We're gonna put 2 armor stands there, and we're gonna grab some weapon stands, which is our weapon racks, which we're gonna set over here. So remember, we have to make those things as well. So 2 weapon racks can go over here. Now we could create a bunk. Maybe that's what we'll do with this. We'll make this like a bunk room for our dwarves. We can put some doors in here and put some beds, and then they can like sleep in there. We can also have a archery target, which is Shift A. We can use for our archer dwarves. When we place it, we want willow logs, and okay. So we need to make some things now. So at the mason shop, do I have somebody that's... No, I keep on thinking it's just this cave swallow. Well, maybe we should do carpenter. He's not doing anything. Let's make these things. Oh, maybe I need to do it. Am I doing the wrong one? Am I the wrong one? Armor stand. Okay, armor stand. Yeah. And can you do wax at the... here? Oh, I could be wrong. I thought you could do... I know you can do armor stands. Weapon rack. Make a wooden... How do you make a weapon rack? Well, if you can't remember, then you just do it this way. New order. We want a weapon rack. We want one made out of... rock. We can do wood. Let's do wood. Wooden weapon rack. We want, like, 5 of them. Hey, Dinjavel. Welcome back. Yeah, kind of the goal of the game is... It's a sandbox game. Think of it... I heard the best description I heard of this game was it's like building a sandcastle. You spend all this time building up this sandcastle, and then only to... The most fun part is to watch it, like, completely be destroyed. Urs McNorris has been possessed. Oh? He's been taken by a mood. Where is he? So we can hit A. We can hit Z, zoom to him. There he is. He is right here. We can follow him. He's this guy right here, Urs McNorris. What's F. Let's follow this guy. Let's see where he goes. He's just gonna hang around here. Oh. A giant rat is fighting. What? Oh, that's up here. Okay. I thought maybe it was McNorris. So we have a giant rat and a war dog fighting in it. Why don't we deal with it? Oh, it is a big rat. Look at that thing. So let's call it military. We're going to call both of them. Shift A and B. Kill the giant rat. There we go. Now, McNorris, what are we going to do with him? He's probably just going to hang out here until he dies, I would guess. Let me see. McNorris. I don't want to lose you, McNorris. And we can see him, and we can go view the unit. So where's McNorris? Where are you? Ernst. McNorris there. No. That's the other Ernst. Key for search. Where's McNorris? There he is. Something so important that is worth telling a lie, he says. She says. Horrified after seeing a troll die. Horrified after seeing a troll die. Satisfied it worked. At work. This is the Phoebus tile set. So some folks died. She's restless after being able to rest and recuperate. Felt restless after being able to rest and recuperate. You felt restless because of that? Folks died. You saw the elf died. That horrified you. What's wrong with you? That should make you happy. Alright, we'll let her hang out and see what happens. There's different kinds of moods. There's some moods where they will, like, go and claim a workshop. And that's, you need to sort of, keep an eye on what they want and they build something fancy. Basically. Yeah, I've never had a psychotic death spiral. Actually, in any of the forts I've ever done. But we'll let him be. Now we could go kill him or something like that. Whatever, he's fine. Let's focus on the military here. Our our barracks, our archery target is done. So we can Q and cursor over it. We can hit R and make it our archery range. And we can select how big of archery. We're going to just do something like, I don't know, that. And we can also shoot, pick the shooting direction. So we want them to shoot. That's not the button I wanted. S. From top to bottom. So they stand up here and they're going to shoot this way. And we're going to select who is allowed in here. Now remember, our military, they grab whatever weapon they want. It's not just melee. So they grab whatever want. So we're going to let both of them come into here. So we can hit in here. We can let them. We're not going to let them sleep on the target, but they can train at the target. Plus and minus to the other one and train there. Okay. There we go. So if anyone has a bow or anything, they can come and train at this thing. I don't know if anyone actually has a bow. Maybe one or two. And as soon as there we go. We got a rack built. So now we can make this into a barracks / armory. And we're going to take up this whole space. That's probably fine. We could put some doors in here to like make it a little more even, but I think it's okay. So we're going to hit enter. And basically the same thing as before, but this time we want them to make sure that they can equip, individual and squad equip in here. So we're going to hit T, I, and Q, and then go down the other one. There we go. I know, I can't believe I've never had it. I've had pretty much everything else. Yeah, I say that. We've had a lot of other things, but no psychotic death spirals. And as many times as I've had ghosts, like, running around in my fort, you'd think I would. Way to influence moods. Basically, the way to do it is to kind of keep an eye on your dwarves. Like, we'll look at John Cena here. Hit V and view him. Thoughts and preferences. And you kind of see what what's going on with him. Like, he sees pleasure near a fine furnace. Satisfied at work. He's interested in watching performance, so he's rather happy. You can kind of see what is causing him problems. Annoyed at the lack of dining tables. That's something that we can easily deal with. Annoyed after having to drink without using a goblet. It's another thing we have to deal with. Pleasure after a fine burial receptacle. Well, at least something's nice around here. Felt pleasure near a fine, tastefully arranged slab. She felt fine near a fine bed. Whole fortress of dwarves without feet and arms. All right. Okay, so he wants more tables, which we are working on very slowly, building more tables. We can get more goblets, though. Wait, there are goblets. Why are these goblets getting put into here? Are they? They are. What's he whining about? Nice. Bob's doing all right. Bob's still alive. He was the, I think he's a manager now. Is he my manager? Yeah, he's my manager now. He was the chief medical dwarf to begin with, but other folks took over that job. We have struck yellow zircon. We struck all kinds of things, probably because we just opened up more cavern. Yeah. Speaking of, so while they put in the armor stands and the racks, we're going to, what else we try? Anything good in here? No. Nothing really good. We gotta find some sort of metal. I think, I was gonna look before I started this. I was gonna look and see what we have on our embark. And, I can't remember if, I think I have deep metals. I think is what I have. Oh, haunted biomes. Oh, man. Just be careful where you put your corpse stockpile. Alright, so let's dig another test thing this way. Is the stream looking okay? I appear to have dropped some frames. Something like that. Just like a nice exploratory circle. We'll go all the way around in circles. There we go. Yeah, you know, some of the more fun times I've had with Dwarf Fortress is whenever I didn't quite know what I was doing. That's why my tutorial video, I wasn't real specific a lot of things, because some of the more fun you have is whenever you're new to the game and all these ridiculous things happen. The first time I played the game, I was attacked by a necromancer, and as I mentioned, my corpse stockpile. All these, I won't ruin what happens, but that was fun. It could have been prevented easily. Now I could easily prevent it. But back then, that's what made the fun. Hey, Christopher Pogue. Welcome back. So another thing we need to work on is our roof here. I mentioned that before. Let's roof. I've built stairs out of dirt before using the dig, the designate command. We can also do it with B by building stairs. Same way as building walls, we're going to do Shift C, and then we can go to and upstairs. I've been trying to think of a way of best describing how stairs work in this game. And I think the best way would be to describe it as, unless someone here in chat has a better idea, would be to describe it as like escalators. You have to build your up escalator. You can't put in one escalator. You have to put in the up and the down. Does that make sense? So if we're gonna put stairs here, we have to put up the up escalator first, and then once that gets built, we can come up top and put the down one. We can put it on top of it if we want. We put it anywhere. I'm not sure if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Stairs are confusing. Hey, poet. So he's gonna grab a hunk of this clay. I think we probably stole that from the elves. And he's built the upstairs, so now we can build, same thing, put the downstairs. Which we're gonna put, we can put it anywhere here. We're gonna put it on top of the other one. There. And then now that we have the staircase, then we can now come up top here. We can walk on these walls like a floor and put a floor on top of all of this. And so there we go. Now it is done. We're striking some things. What did we strike? What did we strike? Heliodor. What is Heliodor? Oh, it's green. Okay. Let's put on a floor. So build C F floor. We're gonna do something like. Oops. I want to box select this floor. So we're gonna B box select. Make sure it is enabled. And we can just do something like this. I'm not sure if I have enough stone around for this. Let's just go to like right here. I have a lot of wood. Wood burns. We have gabbro blocks, which would probably be the best thing to use. Just because they're blocks and they'll last a while. Again, shift enter. There we go. Yeah, it's like half a stairwell. Yeah. But you can walk up and down stairs. Escalators, you can't. Well, yes, you can, but you're not supposed to walk up the down escalator. So we used all 51 of those to get that one. We're going to use a lot of logs for this. I guess we'll use the logs. We have plenty of logs around, so we're going to just log it up. It may burn down, which would be terrible, but that's okay. So we still have a hole down here as well, but we're going to get this part done first, and then we can focus on getting that done. Weapon racks are done. Our lock. When you put in those workflow things, it tells you whenever like you're low on things, like it's resuming soap bars. We used all our blocks, so now it's going to resume production of the blocks. Cancel store item in barrel, unconscious. Why is hippo unconscious? That is an interesting question. Think of the floor as its own independent Z level. I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that mentioned. I think I watched a tutorial on that. They're trying to describe it that way, where it's like you have a block and then you have a skinny block of Z level and then another block. Yeah. Hey, 0KX. We struck something else. Yellow zircon. Needs light containing item, which would be fat. Where do we strike? Oh, there's some more things in here. What is all this? Granite. One thing this game will teach you is a crash course degree in geology, I think. And there's a way of sort of helping you out with this. If you come in here, I should show that slower. Z brings you with the status menu thing into stone, and it sort of tells you everything that you need to make whatever you make. So, like for instance, I was talking about plaster powder. We need powder for our casts. Alabaster would work, and you can see kind of what everything does. If you have it, it is green, like marble is right now. I don't have a lot of anything, just marble basically. Marble is a flux stone. I'm going to build a pump tower. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know something I haven't done yet? Oh, yeah. I've not shown this off. I can't believe it. This is 3 weeks now. I've yet to show this off. We're going to look at Armok Vision. This is my favorite program. And it keeps on getting cooler. Every time I open it up, it's even fancier. Never understand the deal with channels. It's just like digging a hole, basically. Like, instead of digging a cave, you're digging from the top. Did it open? There it goes. Oh, that's fine. So Armok Vision is the 3D view of your fort, basically. You can't play an Armok Vision yet, but you can just kind of use it to look around and kind of get an idea of your fort. It's running very slow at the moment. Armok Vision, does it still? I think I've had a crash with it. But we'll save. I don't know, I say that, and now here it is being very slow. Well. Doesn't usually take this long. No survey, thanks. Takes a minute to load. Entire fort killed by undead heads. Okay, I don't want to take a survey. Okay, it's just gonna take a minute to load. So you can see our military dwarves hanging around here. Something I didn't show in military, which I'll show a little bit later, is setting up a schedule for them. You can turn them basically on to train, and they'll just go and train. You can also set a schedule up to give them, like, I know some folks do, where they'll train 1 month, and then they'll give them a break off, and then train 1 month. What I want to do, hopefully within the first hour here, is set up burrows as well. Why is that still pulled up? I don't even have it. Interesting. Here we go. We'll take a look at burrows and things. This always records and is very, very choppy and terrible looking, but so forgive my choppiness. But we can kind of see the fort. You can see what it is. It's sort of an isometric kind of thing. We're going to kind of spin around. I guess we can leave it the way the game actually looks. Spin around this way. You can see those are some beautiful trees out there. I think that's what that is. You can see our river out there. These are stumps. We can zoom in if we want. And we can see... Oh, check it out. There's all kinds of... See, every time I open this thing up, it's new and fancy. And new things have happened. We have our entrance here, but we can go up. Up. I want to look at it this way. Very touchy. Be very gentle with Armok Vision. Oh, see? I told you. Very gentle with Armok Vision. I want to see the cave system. We may not be able to see it. Yeah. We may just get that level. I want to go one more. Well, we can kind of see this. So this is like a mountain up here, right? And this is our wall. You can see our wall. It's a very ugly looking wall. We have our bridge right here. As you walk into the fort, there's a trade depot. Looks like there's some blood on the ground. I'm not sure whose blood that is. And then we have our butcher and things in it. And then there's our double doors. You can kind of see them kind of tucked away there in the wall. And then we can step down a notch. And then we have the fort. And yeah, there we go. You can kind of see everything in 3D mode. I guess you can play in this, but it does not render well at all. In fact, why is it up there on this? I don't know. It's in a different place on the stream than it is on my computer. Let's see. So yeah, this is probably look pretty terrible in the recording. But if we zoom out here, we can kind of see the mountain that we're on. And we have our wall here, which we built a little bit of the taller wall. We need to build this up to a second level. We get rid of these trees as well. There's a tree right here. But yeah, so that's our Armok Vision. We can stop showing it, so we can get back to. There we go. Okay. Okay, so back to military. We have this set up. We're working on our armor stands. Oh, we had a baby. Domus has given birth to a girl. All right. Where? There it is. Look, there. It's right there. Asked Lanternall, does anyone want to be the baby? That's a different looking sprite for babies, isn't it? Children are useless, by the way. What did we just find? Cherry opal. We're just finding gems, aren't we? More gems. I'm tired of finding gems. Okay, so we have our military in here. Now, to set the military up to actively train. Solar Dog, I think, are you not in here, Solar Dog? I don't have any of you in here, do I? Okay. Open that up. Children are useless. So as you view the embark zone from the world map, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Would be very nice. We'll get it here in about 5 years. Alright, so let's go by... We can go by Migration Wave. And we go down here to Little Ast. And you're going to be the little solar dog. Did anyone else want to be a dwarf? No, I'm not going to deal with quantum stockpiles. Quantum stockpiles are cheesy. And this is also kind of trying to keep this basic. Child biscuits. As you can see, children, you cannot assign them any labors. They just sort of frolic around and play a bunch and do worthless things. John Cena is an amazing miner. Look at him. Grandmaster miner John Cena. What was I going to look at? Oh, we'll do this real quick. Wit code. Okay. I have a few folks in here. We have a few Ursts, so let's sit you up here. What was it? Wit code. AJUC. We should pause this. Things are happening. AJUC. Can you see how many kills they have? Yes. You go to the military, and it shows you kills. So we have Merlin with 4 kills. He killed a horse. He killed the he got credit for killing the cave crocodile. I have a Patrick in here. You were in here last time to swim. And he also killed a wild boar and an elk bird. And that's pretty much all the kills we have. We've had a very quiet fort. My phone's not being quiet. Anyone else want a dwarf before I close this? Yeah, where are you at, Patrick? You're in here somewhere. I just put you in the military. Actually, where are you? I know. There you are. Patrick, you don't do much. You are a good presser. That's a valuable skill. You also looks like you're a wax worker. Yeah. Christopher Anderson. I can't put the whole name in there. I'll let you be Moses here. What kind of you just Christopher? Whoops, what'd I do? That's okay. Yeah, I need to do a adventure mode one. Okay. So, back to military. So when you pull your military, you can hit S. And on your squad, like for instance, we'll hit A. We'll select A. And you can, T here selects them whether to be active or by default, they're always inactive. So if you want them training, like for instance, we told them to go here and this is like their training room. We haven't set anything up yet. We can hit T and then they will be active and training. Same thing for the goalies of rope. I've not set these guys up, so they're going to be inactive at the moment, which means they are basically going along, being a good dwarf, doing dwarfy things. If we set them up to train, they will pull out their weapons and train at the barracks. So it means they won't be doing things like hauling and mining and things so much. They will be mostly training things. So we're going to turn that on. We're going to hit S. We can do this a couple different ways. We can hit S here. We can hit basically SS or M and then S from here as well. Now this is our schedule. This is the complicated part. I'm going to try to explain this carefully. I didn't go over this in my 45-minute tutorial because it would have taken me 45 minutes just to explain this. I'll try to do it as quickly as possible. So this sorts your 2 squads by month. And this is what they do each month. So right now, we have 10 minimum dwarves of the mechanical wads training in the month of Granite. We don't want that happening because that means they will... I mean, you can do that, but they will only train. They won't do anything else in the fort. They're only going to sit around, train, eat and drink, train. We want to sort of give it a bit of variety a bit. I have a forest fire? What? Oh, not me. Okay. So we can edit this order. You can see all the different options down here. We can give them different orders. We can also edit the order. This, the mechanical wads is sort of like our militia squad. So we're going to edit this order. We do want them to train. However, we don't want all 10 of them to train at the same time. We're going to turn it down to like 2 of them. Because we want most of them working on fort things and not training. This is our militia squad. This isn't our proper squad. So we're going to set it down to 2 and hit Shift-Enter because we're done. And what we can do, now you can see Granite has 2 trainers. Slate still has 10. So what we can do is we can copy this order with C and then paste it here with P. So now every month, 2 dwarves will train, 2 minimum. But the other ones will do proper things. The goalies of rope. We're going to do something interesting with him. So these are the guys that are actually a proper military. We are going to set up, down here in the cave, we're going to set up a burrow. And with the plan being that they will guard that burrow to prevent any more things like trolls or crocodiles or anything coming up from the pit. So we're going to build a burrow, which is W. And just like setting up a zone, we're going to set up a burrow like this. We're going to hit A to add new burrow and Enter to define this burrow. So we're just going to select an area for them to kind of walk. And I don't mind how big it is. It can be something like, we should probably need to guard this water down here. So we'll give them something like this. So this is where, it's very flashy and seizure-inducing, but this is where our new burrow is going to be. Now, if we want to manually, like, put dwarves into here, we can do that by, escape back, by add citizens to burrow. We can, like, send citizens into that burrow. We can also limit workshops. We can center on different things we can do in this burrow. This is basically a sort of area management tool. But what we need to do is go back into our military and into our schedule, and we're going to go to the goalies of rope, our proper military, and we're going to cancel that order, and we're going to give him an order. We're going to give them 2 different orders. We're going to give them 1 order to defend burrow number 1. And we don't want everybody defending it. We want, 4 soldiers down there should be enough to prevent any sort of bad things happening. So we're going to leave 4 there and hit Shift-Enter. And we're also going to give them another order of train. We want 2 of them training. Shift-Enter. So now the burrow that the goalies of rope, as you can see, it's mixed. They now have the order. 4 of them will be downstairs defending that burrow. 2 of them will be training every month. And we can copy and paste that. So they won't all be doing it. Some of them will be helping out. But that way they will get some training. They will also defend us. They are, whenever they're inactive, they will be uniform. That means they will keep their gear on at all times. They're allowed to sleep in their rooms. We can tell them to sleep in a barracks if we wanted to. That's pretty much it, I think. I think we did it. Hey, Edgar. So, we'll see some of our dwarves will come down here. Looks like puppies are being born. Yep, some of our dwarves will come down here, and they should defend. Why is there no door here? Why is this suspended? There's no doors. Are you building doors? Mason. Build doors. I see some blue blinking. Thirsty folks. Do I have drink? I do. Why are people thirsty? Is that a dead troll? A troll skeleton. Can we, like, dump that somewhere? A giant olm is fighting. Patrick, you're fighting. Oh, you're down here. So there we go. We actually already have action. Patrick is here down here by himself for some reason. Fighting this giant olm. What is a giant olm? Giant olm is a giant amphibian predator found underground near water. And he's pretty well damaged. There's also a way you can see some damage if you want to look in there. The reason why you only have an order for a total of 6 doors instead of 10. That way the other 4 can continue working on fort things. They won't be the same 2 every time working on training or defending downstairs. They'll kind of rotate out. Military isn't so bad. It's just setting it up initially is kind of annoying. There we go. Get him. Get him, Patrick. What are you doing to him? The wrestler lashes in front of the giant olm, breaks the grip. The wrestler kicks the giant olm. Oh, you're just kicking him and punching him, and yes. I don't think I ever showed this. If you don't want to pull it up this way, you can also pull up Sound Sense. If you're using the Lazy Zoom pack, you can pull up the Sound Sense thing window, and it'll tell you basically the same things as what's happening. So we can actually continue playing and leave this open. You can kind of see what's happening. So this is something you could put on the side screen, and if you want to see what is going on at the moment. It basically is playing all the things that are playing noises is telling what's going on here. So the Hammer Dwarf is basically just mauling this thing, which is TKOS. Patrick is there punching. TKOS is there hammering. Train where you need to defend. That's true. It would be a good idea if we put if we wanted to put our training area down here. Then they would basically train. We wouldn't worry about the burrow thing. They would just be training there automatically. I did it here. That way they'll be training in the entrance. So if something does come into the fort, we'll have some sort of military here working on training. Why are you suspended? Why are my armor racks not getting built? Armor stands. Build the armor stands. I always need multiple mason shops. I always have one mason shop that basically just does blocks. And then another one that does things like masonry things. I just saw my number grow. Oh, somebody got happy. Oh, I don't think I've ever shown this. This is your happiness meter. So down here, it shows you it shows you the happiness of your dwarf. So 32 of my dwarves are like ecstatic or ecstatic, whichever one you want. 3 of them are mostly happy, and then it goes down from there. So if you have a bunch of dwarves down here in the red, then that is bad. That's showing up in the stream, right? Can you see that? I think you can see it. What's going on down there? Wrestler punches, wrestler punches, wrestler punches. He is in full windmill mode. You guys gonna be all right down here? You can see all of my my squad. I guess there's 5 of them down there. Are just wailing on this olm, which is I guess is sort of like a crocodile, like a giant frog, I guess. All right, wail away. I don't know why you're not killing it. Oh, Urus McNorris. What do I do with you? I'll just let you panic. You'll probably freak out and kill somebody. Okay, so the next step to defense. Look at all those puppies we have. Would be cage traps. Traps of any kind, really. We have a few different choices here. Shift T brings up all traps. We have Stonefall Trap, which is very fun. We have Weapon Traps, which is something... Think of these like... a giant salamander. Okay, cool. Think of these as, alright, because Olm is a real thing, right? I think an Olm is a real thing. I've looked it up before. Weapon trap, think of it as Indiana Jones. Remember in, like, the first Indiana Jones, and in the last Indiana Jones, when he had, like, the dart shooting thing at the first one, and then the Last Crusade. By last one, I mean the third one. The fourth one didn't count. The, like, the blades in the Penitent Man Will Pass part. That's what like a weapon trap is. You stock it full of weapons, so then things walk into it and they get hurt. We know what levers are. Pressure plates, I think we know what that is. Cage traps is probably the most important trap you'll have. It won't capture sentient things, so things like elves won't get caught in it, but it will capture annoying beasts and things, like if a bear attacks or something like that. You can stick a cage trap outside, it'll walk into it and get stuck. That's what we're going to work on making. We don't have any cage traps at the moment. Do we have any cages? I don't think we've built anything at the moment. So, what we need to make a cage trap is we need cages and we need mechanisms. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Carpenter Shop is a fine place for cages. I think, yes. Make wooden cage. We want to make, we're going to set this on a workflow, actually. Shift A, and we make it out of wood is fine. 5 to 10 cages. Oh, we do have cages around. Did I make cages? Oh, you know what? I got cages from when I robbed them from the elves. Okay. So we do have cages. That's fine. And the other thing we need is mechanisms, which is our mechanics shop, which is somewhere around here. Mechanic, here you are. Which we have mechanisms as well. Because that's already on a workflow. So we're going to build Shift T and C for cage trap. Now, this isn't like RimWorld. Your dwarves can walk around it. However, traders cannot. The wagons can't go over them. So we don't want to block this aisle that the traders use. So if we're going to place these traps, we can set them like here. Set one there. We can set one over here. You can see as I'm placing it down, I'm using a cage, and I'm also using a mechanism. And there. We also are going to want to put some in front of our doors. So if anything comes walking by here, and maybe we don't get the door shut in time, it may cause a trap. Or we can put them here. It's also a good idea to put them like here and down anywhere that we have a place where things can get in. Cage traps are very... Actually, they're kind of OP, actually. Why can't we kill this Olm? What is going on? Send everyone to go kill the Olm. Did you get him? No? Go kill the Olm. Alright, here comes the rest. Ooh, who's this with a sword? This is... Ooh, Ajak has a sword. Get him. There, we finally got him. Man, what was wrong with that guy? Broker slashes the giant Olm in the head with his green Saguaro rib longsword. That's from the stupid elves. The goblin crossbowman slashes the giant Olm in the head with her grown pine short sword. Is that who did it? The goblin? I think it was. Eltman, good job. Okay, there we go. Finally. Hey, attempted hippo. What are these noises? Nothing. Okay, you know something we haven't found yet? We haven't found any metals. But we're going to focus on military. So we've got cage traps getting put out there. Our floor, how's our floor doing? It's doing. Very, very slowly doing, but it's doing. And we will get this eventually all floored up. You can see him walking around and doing that. Who's this? Well done, Honeydew. So that'll be completely filled in. We'll have the cage traps. We can also build a weapon trap just to kind of show those off. We'll build a weapon. I don't know if we have any weapons really to put in them. Oh, we need mechanisms. Out of mechanisms. Why are you... Oh, yeah. Keep building those. We were finally getting... our armor stands in here. Oh, nope. Very easy to flood your fort. Yes, that's for sure. Okay, so we're also not making any chairs. What's going on? You know what we need? We just need a second mason shop, I think. Let's just build another one and put it right here. We need a mason shop that just makes blocks, and then a mason shop that makes all the other masony things. Oh, look, we start Heliodor. All right. Needs logs. I don't have any logs. There's a ton of logs out here. Bob, what's your problem? How many chairs / table dwarf ratio do you need? That is an excellent question. I do not know the answer to. I just make it until they stop whining about not having enough chairs. How many dwarves do we have here? We've got 40 citizens at the moment. Not all dwarves, but 40 citizens. No one has come to visit us in a while. There we go. Let's go. I'm still waiting to be masoned. We do have a lack of idlers, which is something like that's why you don't want to go and put all your military into training or whatever, because then they're not going to be doing any sort of fixing of things. They're going to be all doing training of things. Okay, what else? What else military? Anyone else have any other military ideas? Are you all clear on military things? Probably not. No mechanisms? Build mechanisms! So we have a military, we have a,
Sorry, sir, I can't do it.
They have gear. We have, why does it keep telling me no bed, no logs? Why is it telling me this? I don't know. Water we have downstairs. We have down here. This is we actually have 2 water supplies. We have this, we also have a river up here. So we have a military that is in training now, has gear in training. We have a station. They have a barracks. If we want to build beds for them, we could do that and put like a barracks in here so they will sleep in there. Oh, we got some more migrants. Excellent. Very good. There's a skunk. Oh, we got more kids. Ah, look at all the kids. Okay. We got... You should be able to see some dwarves hanging out down here. What's going on? Blinking like you're dead. We have a human bard visiting us. What's his name? His name is Ol Aradpis. Ol Aradpis. I don't know. Oh, well building. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. I'd say thank you, but I don't know how to say your name. Anto? How many migrants do we get this time? Let's see here. We have 11. Looks like we have 3 kids. No, Solar Dog doesn't count. So we got 10 new ones. 3 of them are kids. We've got Lorbum is a very good farmer. We have a good miller. What are the military things we need to focus on here? Military. Anybody good at fighting? Oh, Eater is a very good fighter. Eater. I'm going to assign you to... Oh, the scouts are cool. I don't think I've shown this yet either. In Dwarf Therapist, you can assign folks to squads, right-clicking, and you can assign a squad. So if you have an empty squad, you can put them in there. I'm going to put him in here because he's very good. So somebody's going to get kicked out, which is going to be... Bemble. Bemble, I'm sorry. You're getting kicked out because we're putting in... What was his name? Here, we'll do it this way. So in Dwarf Therapist, we can hit E-Tour. Assign a squad. It's not full, though. Give it a minute. Oh, I know why. I have to refresh. Right-click him. Assign a squad. The Goalies of Rope. There we go. So he's now in the Goalies of Rope. You want Miljan to be a dwarf? You want one of those kills. Merlin has already been named, but you can have this one. You can have E-Tour. What's it? M-I-L-J-A-N? Oh, we can remember that guy. There we go. Make sure you always confirm your orders. Hey, killer hamster. Anyone think of anything else military that we need to focus on? We can carve fortifications. This is essentially this is arrow slits. So like we can do something like this. And what this does is it carves arrow slits into the wall so that you can, if you have archer dwarves on one side, they can shoot out to the other side. Pitch face? I don't know. I did lose a lot of dwarves last time, didn't I? P-I-C-H. What's his name? His name is Pitch Face? I guess. Is he dead? I remember naming you, but I don't know what happened to you. Don't remember. Sorry, Leon. I don't have any mods in here. Well, I do have a mod. Solar Dog is a mod. Thank you, Solar Dog. I don't have any auto mods. Punch Face. Pooch Face. But he's not in here, though, is he? Am I just missing him? Oh, that Face Pooch. You got him backwards. There he is. Yeah, he's still alive. He's eating right now. We can take a look at him. What's he thinking? He was euphoric due to inebriation. He's annoyed at the lack of dining tables. Annoyed after having a drink without a goblet, cup, or mug. Yeah, we gotta deal with that. Let's deal with that right now. Human Bard is visiting. So we're still working on building these things. We're just doing it very slowly. But we do have a new mason shop. So, mason shop number 1. Your job is to no longer make blocks. I'm going to cancel that order. And you mason shop number 2. Your job is to make blocks and do it forever. I don't know if I mentioned all of these down arrow things. Let me pull that up. Dwarf Fortress. In the wiki, of course. So we can kind of see what all of this stuff means. You see that all right? So anytime you have something, you can also just sort of at a glance, tell what your dwarves are whining about. We unconscious. We have a few other dwarves. Whenever they were fighting that Olm downstairs, they probably just fell asleep because they wore out from exhaustion or something like that. They were unconscious. The down arrow, we have thirsty is the blue. Brown is hungry. We also have unhappy, tantrums, or possessed. We haven't had a tantrum yet. We've had a possessed guy. We haven't hit any sort of moods yet either we have to deal with. Sleeping is a Z. We know that one. Injuries are the plus signs.
The dwarf failed to build his artifact and has gone berserk. Watch out, he's gonna hurt someone.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Oh, Urs has gone berserk. Oh. So that's what happens if you leave your, some of your dwarves around. He is now Mrs. Brewer. He's fighting the brewer at the moment. The brewer takes the armor down by the cave spider silk glove while the brewer's left arm, with the brewer's left armor. Armor looks sick. Okay. So Urus is already looking sick. So we gotta go put Urus down. So we're going to set an action to go kill Urus McNorris. It's gonna take everyone to go get him. Everyone dogpile on Urus McNorris. Did you get him already? Oh, somebody's dead. Urus McNorris has bled to death. Alright, there we go. Piece of cake. Okay. Yeah, Leon. Certainly. You can be Shem here. We'll call you Leon Dragon. Oh, McNorris, he was a good guy, wasn't he? Talented papermaker. Interesting job. Quick to form negative views about things, is rarely happy or enthusiastic. Likes pomelo wood, tree wood. We have Lemma. Law Clouds wants to entertain. Who is Lemma? I don't remember seeing you join us. Lemma is a human bard. Do I need more bards in here? Let me pick up that body. We got a dead dwarf in here. I'm not going to accept it. I'm going to say, go away. I've had too many forts where I've had just like an overabundance of bards and things around here. Killer hamster. I think I have a tavern keeper already. Yep, Mountain Dew is already running the tavern. I can give you a dwarf, though. You can be Id. Id. You will be... Hey, Railer. Hamster. Alright, so we will bury old McNorris here eventually. Now what's going on? A giant olm? Again, another giant olm? I'm going to call in the goalies to come kill this guy. I think he was out just collecting webs, probably. He got attacked by this olm. Nope, he's unconscious. You can see the X. Not sure what's wrong with him now. Experiencing mortal fear. Alright, good job. Alright, so we have a problem here with tables, chairs, doors. Just make them already and put them over there. Our blocks are getting made. Goblin Poet is visiting. Now what's going on? Is this the Olm? Yeah. Your squad has arrived to kill the Olm. All miner and bark dig straight down past the caverns into the magma level. I tried that one time. It's crazy. I think I got wiped out by, I think it was magma crabs. Like, came in and like torched everything in my fort. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else going on out here? What's wrong with this guy? What's wrong with Mountain Dew? Oh, he's building. Okay. So we can see these are our arrow slits. So if somebody comes and attacks us, we can shut this gate. We can stand our archer dwarves, which we may not have. We have like 1 or 2 here, and they can shoot out through the arrow slits at folks. Another petition. What is this? O2 wants to. Yeah, I'm denying it. Unless they want to join in for soldiering, I'm gonna keep on denying them. Let's build that trap. We want a weapon trap, which is W. We're gonna set it like right, I don't know, here. No access to item. No access to item. I don't have any spare weapons laying around. Is that what happens? Yeah. Alright, so we need weapons. So basically what it does is it takes all the weapons that are in your fort and makes them into puts them into the trap. I sure hope there's a forgotten beast that comes walking in. That'd be a fine end to this fort, wouldn't it? We're gonna make a bunch of training spears. I'm just gonna set it on repeat and just make a bunch of them. Clearly, the better the weapon, the better this will do at defending yourself. But for explanation purposes, we're going to use some nice fine wooden training spears. Bowmen better than crossbows. I don't know what the difference is, actually. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I want to get all military things covered this time, and I think... Oh, we lost our... That's right, we did lose our leader. Oh. Who's going to go in to be our leader now? King D is a novice fighter. Leon Dragon Cat, there you go. We can put you in there. Novice Hammer Dwarf. We do have a few skilled folks in here, don't we? Okay, that's fine for now. Leon Dragon Cat will now lead. The novice will now lead. Crossbow bolts have more armor piercing. Is that in real life or just in Dwarf Fortress? Something I know a lot of folks do when they first start their fort. Like one of the first things they do in their fort, along with like building their still and their farm and stuff, they go to the craft store shop. They build it quick, and they start making. Where are they? They start making you make crossbows at a bowyer, which I did not make a bowyer. You can do arrows here at the craft store shop. So you build a craft store shop to build your arrows, or bolts, I should say, and a bowyer to make some crossbows. You can make your bolts out of either wood or out of bone. A lot of folks I know use, I think Quill 18 does it this way, where he does bone bolts initially. So every time he catches an animal to hunt, he gets the leather to make armor, the fat makes the soap, the bones make bolts. Just uses basically the entire thing. And now with bone, you can also do things like make bone rings and bone figurines. I like that just because it sounds a lot cooler. Some bone earrings. What kind of fort is this if we don't have any bone earrings? You can make armor out of bone, but it's kind of terrible. It is the worst of the armors. However, if you don't have any leather, or if you don't have any metal, then it's something. It's better than, like, silk or whatever. So you could make a bone, like, completely bone armor. The leather is pretty good, which you can usually get pretty easily by hunting. And, is there another one? Or is this the same one? Where did my... Hello, military! Kill this thing. It is a different one, isn't it? How many Olms are on this map? See, and then their first squad is an archer squad. You use the when you make your squad, you use the archer set, the archer armor, which is essentially leather armor with bows and with crossbows and bolts for their first squad, just to give them something. So in case there's like a bear or something, or like a crocodile or a troll comes walking by, you have someone that can defend you. What's going on in here? Bemble is socializing with who? There's no one in here. Who are you talking to? I'd like to know what my my mason is doing. Obamacare, what are you doing? Make me some tables, please. If you play with Masterwork, you can make all kinds of things out of bones. What was I making out of bones? I was making bone statues. Oh man, you make bone beds. I've heard that he actually called Minecraft like a clone of Dwarf Fortress. Oh, hey, look, we mostly have a roof. Let's go ahead and do a little bit more of this. So we're going to floor in. I'm going to keep using the box select. We're going to overlap just a little bit, but that's okay. Oh, is there some in there? There is a bit of it. I want to do something like. Let's do that out of diorite. Sure. There. Use the blocks first, and then the diorite. Okay. We'll get this floored in. Okay. I think we have a decent military. Now, ideally, it'd be a good idea to have some traps in front here. Your dwarves will not get caught in traps, nor will they get caught in military or weapon traps, so you can toss those in front of your doors, which is fine. Just make sure you don't block your trade depot. Again, Shift D. We do have a path for our trade depot to get in. Just one is fine. It has to be 3 wide in the normal view. And this will show you, as long as there's one, it can get a wagon in there. Yeah, cage traps the most. Cage traps are kind of boring. You just like get stuck in the trap. Look at all those puppies we have. It's okay. We can slaughter them eventually. What I like to do with my puppies and cats, this sounds terrible. But I sort of let them be, and then once I have someone go into a mood that like goes to a workshop, say someone goes to the craft store's workshop and they need leather, and I have no leather laying around. Well, then it's time for puppy culling time, and he can have all the puppy leather he wants. So there's sort of a backup leather and bone and whatever else. It's probably a big idea to go ahead and do that now to get some leather armor, because we don't want to have very good armor around here. Yes, cave traps. You can throw prisoners into a pit. Yes, you can create a pit. That's correct. That is correct. Where was that? Remember when in Armok Vision we saw this big tree? Oh, there it is. Oh, there's like a massive root system for this tree. All right. So let's cut this tree down. That one. Wasn't there another one up here? Yeah, here it is. Maybe we'll leave this tree. This tree's kind of fancy because it's like right above the entrance. We have fisher dwarves over here fishing. You can see organizing a fighting demonstration. There we go. Waiting for a fighting demonstration. So we're about to get a fighting demonstration. Excellent, by TKOS. And that's once you get your barracks set up and you have your folks training, they will start practicing. And you can actually see. Why does it keep telling me I need logs? I'm confused by this. Why is it telling me this? Why is it telling me this? I don't know. I don't know. I have logs, clearly. Let's build that cage trap real quick. Weapon trap. We're going to set it right here in the front of the door. And we use a mechanism to make it, and we can choose what weapons we want to put in there. Battle axe, we're not going to put our bronze battle axe in there, that's for sure. But we have plenty of... No, we don't. We have a grown ginkgo wood spear we can put in there. Where's my training spears? Which never got made. Wait. Anyways, you would choose your weapons to put in there. I'm not going to put any of these in there because I want my military to use those. Unicorns are the worst. All right, so we're going to put a cut here. Not a cut. We're going to take a break here, and we'll come back. I want to show off making a well, which would be a much safer way. So rather than having folks run down here getting attacked by olms while they're trying to get water, we can just have a well at the top of our fort, so we can try to grab water that way. I also want to make sure we get a temple going. Yeah, so those are the first two anyways. So I will be right back. Give me just a couple minutes.